Good morning, traders. John from Crypto Candlestick Trading, only just morning. Okay, looking at this here, we've got a rocket booster. Now, I like to buy rocket boosters when they're coming out of a low. This here, we've got a low, a high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And, so it's looking like it could actually do something from here, but how much it will do, we don't know. But we've got a doji, perfect looking doji down the bottom there, and then a rocket booster closing above the 9 on a support line in a channel. So, I mean, it kind of looks okay. Can we get something from here? Quite possibly. I'm not in any desire to just jump straight into the market because we've got the 50 straight above us. What are we on the daily chart now? Got the 50 straight above us, then the 200 above that. There's enough room to make profit between there and there. It will be interesting to see what we do here, but we do see that we are holding a little bit of support around these areas. After a doji, we do have confirmation that the bulls are back in the game at this stage here. I just want to go to the weekly chart, have a look at the weekly, just so we can kind of get an idea of what we're doing there, and I'll get rid of those drawings. So here we are on the weekly. It's only okay, really. This is the first day of the second day of the week. So we're only one day in this week, really, being 10 a.m. 24 hours is gone. So I was just going to go up to the 9 and then tank from there. So far, we can see that we've got a massive decline, a rise, failure at the 50, and then down here. So far on the weekly, this just looks like an up candle in a downtrend so far. We'll just have to wait until we get confirmation on that. But looking at it, it is, like if we were making higher highs, higher lows above all the moving averages and this showed up, after a low, yep, I definitely would be buying it. But I do like to buy these when they're above moving averages, not below moving averages. It's too risky to be doing it in that time. I want to see at this stage here, we could go up to the 50, no problem at all, and then get reversal from there. We could go up to the 50, then bounce on the 50, and then take off from there. I'll be interested in that. But, at this stage here, I'm just looking at the weekly chart. The weekly chart showing very negative signs. This could reverse the trend, but, it's a long way off that yet. I'll just put these drawings back on here. And, we can kind of see that we've got a channel. There's a touch there, breakthrough. We kind of like... so we've got support, a little bit of support almost, and then we've got resistance, and resistance up to there, and then we bounce down here. So if we were to take off, this is kind of a bit of a stretch of the imagination, but what could we possibly do? We could end up, going back up to this line up here, and heading down. Anything could happen with this market, and from a rocket booster, we are making highs, like in the midterm, low, high, high, low, high, 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 low. But we're under all the moving averages and the weekly looks like crap. So I'm really not in a big rush to go out and get into anything at this stage here. Even though that kind of looks pretty good, I just want, I want something better. This isn't good enough to be risking our money in this trade yet, It's just, I want a bit more. Anyway, we'll wait and see. If we get more confirmation, if we miss this entry, if this turns out to be an entry and we miss it, let's just buy the next one. We'll just get the one where, it pulls back to the 9, breaks above the 50, say, pulls back to the 9 and gives us an engulfing out of the, above the 9, and we'll get into something like that. I'll just go a few of these cryptos now and have a look. As we can see, this one here is doing great guns. It's done quite well. And we can also see that there's a rocket booster here that's closed above it, low, high, high, low, high, high. So that's doing the right thing. And even in the long term, it's kind of lows, highs, higher lows, and we're coming out of that by the looks of it. But, it's just risky business with the way Bitcoin is at the moment. So, now this one here, just kind of flat line there. Yep, we can't really do anything. Look at that. We've got a shooting star off the 50. We've got indecision. We've got support down here. This is still sideways, choppy sort of action. This is not the right time to be in the market at this stage. So, under here, we just don't do it. Here, yep, definitely. Let's have a look at it. And here, look at that. So I probably would have had a look at that one there, even though it's a big candle, would have been stopped out. Would have had a look at this one here, would have been in the trade. So I'll just get rid of some of these drawings here. That's and that's on the daily chart, which is looking pretty good. But, it's double top sort of action here. Massive big doji there. Huge engulfing. And then here closing below the 9. Potentially more downside there. And yeah, it's just sideways choppy sort of action. Here, look at that. I don't mind looking at it. That's a beautiful looking rocket booster there with Ethereum. you know, these things are good. You know, it's opened here, traded lower, come back through the open, and then traded up to there. But really, look at this. You know, this could be an entry for a short position, because we can see that we've, you know, okay, we've got a low, a high, a higher low, and we've come up to here. But, you know, we know what happens. Like if we break through the 50, and then we come up for an attempt at the 50, and then we get like rejection at the 50, you know, that's not very good. That can quite easily mean that we're going to be heading down from here. You know, this is a lot of strength coming into the 50. But look where it stopped, exactly at the 50. We've gone up, and then we've gone and traded down, and now we've traded through the open at this stage with Ethereum. Even though stochastics are coming out of oversold, you know, this is a great candle. It is a really good candle. You know, but to trade it now, no. I just can't see it. You know, like it's good, but it's just not that good. You know, I want better. You know, I want to be trading these things after they've made in the shorter term higher highs, higher lows, and that's just not it at the moment. No, that's the currencies, and here, just like I've been going through, like I went through a fair bit of the stuff last night with someone, and just drawing a lot of trend lines and all that sort of stuff. But here, like, look at this. There's nothing here. You know, we've you know, there is nothing like there's a doji, but there's nothing to say let's get involved, let's start buying. Yeah, it's definitely not the case here. And this here, so you know, we are kind of seeing some sort of reversal sort of action, but it's just not good enough. You know, like I want a nice solid close. I want one of these to turn up now if we're going to be looking at buying. You know, like as we can see here, we've gone up, you know, broken up the beautiful run there. And then we come back, now we're closed below the 50. Is this going to be rejection at the 50 and then, you know, a takedown? This, you know, and that wouldn't surprise me if that happens. This market could do anything. And, you know, like while it's in that could do anything sort of phase, I'd rather not be involved. I want to be involved when everything, all of our rules are met. You know, we're making lows, highs, high lows, high highs. We're broken above the major moving averages. We've got, you know, even if we don't buy that one and it pulls back and then we're buying the second entry, you know, like, you know, let's just wait until we've got all our ducks in a row before we start unloading. And yeah, like look at this. You know, I do like this. This is good, but it needs to be in an uptrend. Even though like that looks pretty good, eh? Down here, but we've got a double top there. It's come up to there, massive engulfing. Here's an attempt. We have closed above, but you know, okay, the 50s turn up and gone up, so it's looking pretty good. And it did actually come down and rest on the 50, so that's pretty good. Yeah, there's some positive stuff here, but I don't know. Like, I'm just not all that keen to get involved. Anyway, like we kind of get the picture of what's going on. It's okay. It looks pretty good, but you know, I want better stuff. I don't know. Like, yeah, no. It has to be better than that for me to get in. Like here, we're getting engulfing, and then we're getting engulfing closing above. That for me would be, you know, that's good. I do like that. And then here, if we missed out on this stuff here and didn't get it, and we got into this one here, any problem with that? We're getting engulfing. You know, that's beautiful. So, you know, here would be the, you know, the one to get in on. And then we've got a shooting star, a rocket booster straight after it. Gone up to here, and then we've met that trend line and then come back down to here. So here, I can see that there's, you know, why there's reversal here, because a lot of traders are going to think that we're going to be heading back up to here. You know, there's probably a lot of amateur traders that are thinking that, you know, don't have the 50 on the chart or the 200 on the chart or even these trend lines on the chart. So anyway, traders, I don't want to make this one a long one. I just kind of wanted to get in there and just put my 2 cents in. But, you know, this is looking good, but it's just not that good. You know, and it's just kind of the same roundabout here. You know, there's another one. Here's another one. You know, we can kind of see the results of what happened after it. You know, will we get the same result from here? Quite possibly. Could this turn the market around? Quite possibly. But we've got the 50 just above us. And so this to me so far is looking like a breakdown of the 50. We've come up, rejected at the 50. We've come down. We might have an attempt. If we break above the 50 with confidence, you know, we can probably have a look at that there. But, you know, if we're looking at the weekly chart, you know, it's, you know, lows, highs, higher lows, higher highs. Yep, that's great. Now we've got a high low again, and it looks like we could be, you know, doing something here, which is good. This candle here is not finished yet. This could do anything. Remember, we've got 6 days left in this candle, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. And also, let's have a look at the results. Okay, so here it was in the oversold area. Yeah, that's kind of like, you know, where exuberance happened. Here we've gone up and then we've pulled back to that level there. That pullback is similar to, say, this pullback here. Now, on this one here, look at that. We're in the overbought area. Massive pullback. This here, we're in the overbought area and we've closed below the 50. So is this enough of a pullback, enough of a profit taking attempt? Are we going to head up from here? It'll be interesting to see. We'll have to wait and see. But, you know, here we can see that we've obeyed the 9 very well. Once it started trending, obeying the 9 well. Here, one close below the 9, obeying it well. Here, we don't have any closes above except here. We're going to close above the 9. Now we're below the 9 again. What's going to happen here? Are we going to be closing above the 9? Then we can probably have a look at it. But then we've got there's too much stuff in here. This is a sideways market, you know, and it's best to be avoided. All right, traders, that's probably enough for me. We do have a little slightly increase in selling volume on the decline as well. So, but then again, in saying that though, the candles did start getting smaller when they got down to here. So it'll be interesting to see. We'll just have to wait. For me, I'll be watching from the sidelines. I'm not really in that much of a rush to get involved in the market now when it looks like this. I want, you know, this here is major reversal. And it's at the 50. And, you know, stochastics are overbought, heading down. That's enough for me to say, wait for extra confirmation. All right, traders, I hope you have a good day. If you have any problems with your charts, please let me know. I'm more than happy to talk about charts. Okay, talk again soon. See ya.